Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the VikingGnomeAnime channel. In this video we'll be reviewing episode 1 of Ayaka, or the Ayaka project. So yeah, okay, this is an anime of sorts. This is definitely more on the wacky supernatural side, to be sure. I'm not really sure what to say about this first episode, but we will try. So we get sort of the prequel to the start of the show here, where this island, the Ayaka Islands, where the MC is from, Yukito, is set upon by some major supernatural monster of some sort, and his father, who is like a lay master or like a leader of some sort, with some spiritual powers of some sort, basically lays down his life to defeat it. At least that's how it looks like. And then he gets thrown into a foster home on the mainland until he is finished with middle school, and then he comes back to the home islands he was raised in, due to his father's will and such, being that he would be raised on the mainland if he died, etc, etc. Now, so far with episode 1, I mean, it has some sort of promise. Like, the animation style is overall good, the quality of animation is overall good, the characters seem unique enough, interesting enough, that there can be some meat there. I'm not really sure where the anime is going to go from this starting point, like what they are trying to sort of move towards. We do get to see that, okay, Yukito, our MC, does have some personal issues. He has a lot of attachment issues and trust issues and just a lot of issues with being close to people, as he had a lot of things happen with his powers going berserk when he was young, which meant that he basically isolated himself and distanced himself from every other person so that he could sort of not harm them and keep his mental state and emotional state completely stable and never go out of control, basically. And I assume the anime will, over time in this first season, make Yukito slowly be able to open back up, slowly be able to, you know, care about people again, slowly be able to love people again, and sort of have a personal connection with people and build relationships and other such things. Now, that entire journey in of itself, okay, it can be interesting enough. I mean, it's not bad per se if they spend some time on him as a character sort of growing and learning to control his powers, as well at the same time growing as a person to be able to trust other people and get close to other people, open up, and all that jazz. And I assume that will be the main focal point of this anime, based on this first episode, that they will focus on the duality and parallel between him learning to control his powers, as well as him learning to sort of open up and be close to the people and shed his sort of loneliness and isolation and such, and become, let's say, a quote-unquote functional person in society and upstanding and all that, if you want to call it that, of course. The world itself is, I mean, it's interesting to an extent, right? I mean, obviously there's supernatural stuff with powers and magic, not really magic, but like spiritual powers and spiritual beings and whatever else is going on. I mean, that has some promise, right? It's interesting, and we barely got to really know much about it in the first episode. There's a ton more they need to explain for me to understand exactly what's going on here, but they laid down the basic foundation of, okay, this world has these things going on, and these islands are very special, clearly. I mean, you can see that from the get-go when the train, a normal train on tracks, travel across the sea. You know, things are not as they seem here. Something is special. But yeah, I mean, I assume the main focal point of the anime will just be Yukito and him growing in terms of his powers and being able to control them, as well as maybe having that parallel with the ability for him to control himself in terms of controlling his emotional state and controlling himself as a person, right? Controlling his moods and emotions and being stable both in terms of his powers and his emotional state, and in the end not being afraid of himself, or more correctly being afraid of his powers. I mean, Yukito as a character, I'm not sure how much I really like him so far. I mean, he's okay. I mean, I'm interested enough, I'm okay enough to see where the growth goes with him and how he sort of grows and adapts and moves forward in this first season. But I'm definitely more interested in the world as a whole. Like, we get to see a lot of nice spiritual battles. We do get some foreshadowing of some other spiritual power user characters. At the end of the first episode, one has a gun, apparently, and the other is like some sort of wise sage-like character. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more interested in the world than the MC himself at the current time. But the world is interesting enough for me to be like, okay, I'm going to keep watching this, and I'm going to see where this leads. But so far, I am very iffy on the show, as we didn't really get too much meat this first episode. It was just like a slow build-up of okay, we are being slowly introduced to the world, and we don't really get too much outside of that. Hopefully the next 2 episodes will end off like the first arc of the season with some nice meat and potatoes, so we can actually get with more of a grasp and get sort of enthralled and sort of pulled into the universe and start caring about it. If they do that, then this can be a fairly good show. As of now, I'm going to say it's a mid-tier, has promise, but you need to get a few more episodes in to really see where it goes, if it goes anywhere at all. It might just be a complete flop after these starting episodes if they don't know where to actually lead, but we'll see, we'll see. It's very much on the maybe section right now, but we will see how it goes. Hopefully in the next episode we will get some nice battles, as I do love some supernatural fighting something things. But that is about it. As an end note here, we do see that Yukino is ever so slightly opening up, or trying to open up a bit more and be a bit more personable at the very, very end of the episode, where he sort of blushes a bit and smiles and in response to his new mother figure in his new home on the island. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. That being said, that'll be the end of this episode 1 review. It has promise, but unsure as of this time how it will develop. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified of all future content. I do deeply appreciate you supporting this channel here. Thank you, thank you. If you watched the first episode yourself already, then what did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you think it has promise? Do you know the source material? Is it good? Is it bad? Feel free to share your feelings and thoughts, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one.